Welcome to On the Way to School, your 6-minute daily boost for educators and administrators. I'm Christopher S. Dennis, and today, let's elevate our journey together. All right, party people, we're back on the way to school. Here we are in Wicked Week. I think I'm just committed. I think we're just going to do it. We're just going to keep going on the concept of Wicked. And it's always good to have something that keeps you thinking and keeps you going. So what I want to talk about today is the subtle, and maybe it wasn't as subtle, the kind of the trajectory of people pleasing and not outshining the pack or staying within the group. Okay. And just kind of being a rule follower. Right. So I think Glenda, in the scene where, it all starts to come together for Elphaba, that they have bad intentions and they were the ones behind kind of, the disrupting the animal collaboration in their society. When it came time to control Elphaba, the wizard and the professor looked at Glenda and they didn't have to say much. They didn't have to say much, but they actually asked her to get her friend back in the fold. Hey, go bring your friend in line. Go, talk her into compliance. Have her, stoop down just a little bit so everybody else can fit. And for her to not stand out, right? And if we think of Glenda's trajectory in the film, she's also been set up, right, to be a part of this hoax, right? She shows up, knowing that she sets a standard for joy and goodness, and people will follow her. So Glenda is aware of her own impact, but to an extent. It's self-serving, but there's some sincerity in there, but it's just that she hasn't had the full experience of maybe some of the depths of disappointment, pain, or not having to be in a position other than the first position of popularity and comfort. So throughout her journey in this film, we see her being both nice, but also being, a little nasty. The nice nasty, but we also understand that she does have a heart, and she did get close to Elphaba and did care for her and wanted her to have all her dreams. But in her song about popularity, she's like, you can have everything you want. I want that for you, long as it's not more than mine. So when it came down time for the wizard to still be who he was, Elphaba told the wizard, like, you're powerless. And the wizard's like, yeah, I know. I'm not out here lying. I fully understand that I have no power in this, that I am here because I can't do what you can do. But why don't you just keep it up, since I'm the wizard and I have this, this following? Why would you, not want to help me? Like, of course you want to help me, right? Like, this is good for everybody. We all need a wizard. This is good, and that's what you're here for. You're here to help me, Elphaba. And everybody was compliant in that trajectory, in that game plan, except for Elphaba. So when she got out of line, the person who knew her deepest, darkest, who was the closest to her, who could impact her the most, was actually assigned to go disrupt, her natural ascension. So as Glenda's concerned, helping and people pleasing and doing the things was all she knows how to do. So she did what she was asked to do because that's what she's been trained to do. That's how her journey in her society programmed her to see value within herself. And when it came down time to actually just having the conversation with her friend, she knew that she's like, I can't go on that journey because that's not me. I'm not the trailblazer. I'm not the one that go beyond. My job is to make the box look beautiful and make the box so comfortable that it's enjoyable. Come back to the box with me. And at that fork in the road, she let her friend go and still gave her what she could, right? She still made sure she was warm and gave her a cloak and understood that their paths are just different and didn't try to stop her. She could have done something to probably drastic to stop her, but she didn't, which was, also an opportunity to acknowledge the true depth of her heart if she steps into it. So, the fact that society can program you and your norms of your environment can really guide you down a path of, stopping a movement, stopping progress, because you are just really at a level of trying to preserve yourself is really challenging. It's really challenging. And I think, in some instances, have we been asked to do what Glenda did professionally? Have we been asked to, like, hey, those folks are too outspoken. Can you bring them down just a tad for us all to feel a little bit better about it? Can you use your charm to go finesse and work a thing? Right. So let's always be mindful of the things that we've been programmed to absorb and ingest, and make sure we're not being led to do someone else's bidding in ways that are not supportive to our true calling. So again, we're having a great time here on Wicked Week, folks, but I hope you're having a great day, and gives you something to think about on the way to school. Take care. Thanks for joining me on the way to school. Stay inspired, stay motivated, and keep making a difference. I'm Christopher S. Dennis. See you tomorrow.